Howdy folks, we got two Converge figures today, an old one, number 54, and a new one, 273. We'll start with the old one. So this is called the MS chassis code MS07B-3. I guess this nickname would be the Gouf. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that, but the custom version. It being number 54 in the Converge lineup, this is from 2012. If you want to know what else was in that collection, or that wave, here are the other 5 figures, so a wave of 6. Yeah, that's cool, I think I might have that one actually. Alright, anyways, stats here, giant tall robots, very powerful. "2012 Gum." Oh boy, that's the worst one I've seen yet. That is totally gross. Alright. So being an old Converge, it's got these silly clear foot stands. Just go right into the trash. Be careful not to cut the plastic that this cardboard's trying to protect. That little antenna is very delicate. They break very easily, so keep that in mind. Let's get this stand out of the way. So this stand goes like that and blocks a lot of the view, so that's why I throw them out, because they stand without the stand. So let's go to fandom here and see what we learned about this guy. First appeared in the 08th MS Team animation. Xeon. Alright, so there, you can focus on that if you want. Hand-to-hand combat is this emphasis. Looking at this robot though, it's weird. Maybe it's because it was in the box, but there's some brown or orange paint down here. Oh, I think it's just dust. Really old dust. See how, like, what's going on? Look how dirty that is. But it seems to wipe off. Let me get a brush. Yeah, that's weird. It's like, boy, that's probably some sort of bacteria that I shouldn't be breathing in. Or was it really dusty at the factory that day and they just didn't bother to clean out the figures before they went in? Pleasantly, it didn't get into the paint. So, I think it looks obviously better now. Alright. Alright, well, let's see. So it's a sky blue and a little bit of a darker blue in the torso. It's all a matte finish. There's no glossiness on this thing. Except for, I suppose, the orange here is kind of glossy. Maybe those are lights around the real thing. I'm not sure. These are supposed to be, I think, 3 machine guns. It's like a tri-machine gun thing on the hand. That looks like it would be a scope, actually. So, yeah, there's a peg on the torso and a round bit here. It's very loose. You might have to pop in some putty to tighten that up. This hand is just molded in. It's not going to move. These, I think, will probably break. Well, it's PVC. It flexes, but it's possible you could break that, I think. This is really cool. This hose running from the backpack is just floating. And it's supposed to peg into the torso there, so I might have to add some glue there later. But, yeah, let's see, if I push that down, then it fell out of the backpack, so I'm going to have to glue that. But it's cool that it's floating like that. The legs don't move at all. There's some details on the bottom of the feet. The back, gun metallic like backpack there, some little thrusters. And then again, some hoses in the head pegged into the back and then floating out to the front, like this respirator looking thing. And even that hose has a bunch of details grooved into it, so that's cool. So this hand, or this arm here, looks like this shield goes onto it. So now the shield has a Gatling gun on it, and this two-tone blue as well. And there's a peg, of course, there. I don't know what that is for. Let's find out. Alright, well, that pegs in nicely. Still can't really explain why that would be there, but... Oh, I see. It looks like there's an L shape there, so I think that can peg in somewhere else, maybe? But where? Oh, no. There's another piece. There's a drum magazine for all the ammo. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're gonna have a Gatling gun, you need to have ammo, right? I don't know if I'm doing this the right way. Maybe it goes this way? I think it's supposed to go this way with the dot up front. And the back is cool detail as well. Alright, so it's a crazy ammo can. It's a really big thing here. Oh, look at this, even cooler. There's a belt feed. So, I believe this, well, let's see. It looks like there's a recess here. So that attaches to the shield. Boy, that's definitely, you gotta glue this in place. I think it would make sense to actually put this into the drum first, like this. Yeah. So that goes on there. Then we pop this onto the shield piece. Then we pop the belt to the shield. Look at that, it actually will stay in its place, but I think it'll still drop out easily if you fondle the toy. So I'm going to crazy glue that later on. And then, yeah. So that's pretty sick. It's without the shield he has 3 guns on his forearm anyways, but now he's got a crazy Gatling gun on there, so that's over the top. I'm now also noticing there's a little metallic here poking through for the knee joint. So now this side, there's a separate hand if you want to get a little of articulation. It's just a closed fist though, nothing to hold a weapon. And very cool, up top here it has the mobile suit number, MS, boy that's so small, 07-03 I guess, right? Is that what the box said? I already forget. Yeah, I don't know why there's an O. It should just be -3 I think, but anyways, that's cool that you know what the thing is without the stand. And then this little antenna, this will get lost easily. This is rigid, it's gonna break if you drop it. It'll snap off. But yeah, I'm gonna crazy glue that in later. And that looks really cool. Actually, let me get that off because I think that maybe let's see if the helmet comes off. I want to see if that eye will move. Yes. Alright, so there's a square on the top here, but the eye piece is just totally separate, so you can spin it a little bit, and it's even got some like grooves in it. And so you can clear, well, that's too much actually. Right? So he's looking left, right. Very cool. Alright, so very nice. Let me reset. Alright, fandom saying this is also known as the Zaku3 Kai. Showed up in these particular animations and books and whatnot. And if you're so interested, you can pause and read all that stuff. Going to the actual toy, we have number 273 is from the 10th anniversary selection number 2. And it came out in 2022, so quite new. And I think there was a regular green, but this is the metallic green, so it says Psycho Pressure version. Maybe it like gets more power and starts glowing or something. What else was in this wave? We got those 5. Okay. And then some stats up there in the top. Pretty powerful unit, looks like. It's like actually bulging out the box a little bit. So this gum being 2022, I'm definitely going to try this one. This is, let's see. Some sort of fruity flavor. Can't make it out though. Wow, this thing feels heavy. Little antenna. That's going to break or get lost very easily. Just be careful of that little guy. I wish they gave you like 2 or 3 antennas. I've broken so many antennas. So standard peg stand, which is nice. Alright. So very metallic. I like it. And then there's a lot of red as well. Thrusters here, red kneecaps over black kneecaps. Maybe this is the door to get in the thing. And then you have these, I guess they would just be dark gray, possibly gunmetal hoses here in the torso and the head. The hand is very reflective. I guess the whole thing is just really reflective. I wonder if they just take the normal green one and just clear coat or metallic over it. I'm trying to get these pieces to, here we go. So yeah, the hand, it's kind of round and it goes into a hexagonal hole there. The shoulder, I think it's just the paint is stuck, you know. This little thing is actually flexible, so that's nice. There we go. So the peg is on the torso, and then the hole is over here. So you can see there's two different greens, it looks like. A lighter green here for the forearm, but the shoulder is a really dark green. A lot of nice molded details there. Even where you can't even see, they have some molded details. Alright, there's that hose there. So it's a nice color combination. I rather like it. Actually, I should leave that off because I want to try to get to the head. This side has something totally else. It's like it's definitely asymmetric. I guess you could call it both armor, but this one, it's like a really basic arm, and then it's got this thing with a bunch of molded details on the back of it, and whatever's going on up here. This one's really flexible. Okay. So can the head come off? I want to see if that eye can spin. Well, the top of the head did come off, and the eye is a separate piece, but it's actually flanked by these two walls, so you can only get a little bit of movement there. See if I can pop that out. It's so small and fidgety. Oh well, I'm just going to leave it as it is, but if you put work into it, you can move it. But they even molded little grooves into that little piece, so really neat. I don't think the head can spin though. No, I don't think so. I think it's glued in place. Alright, well, let's pop this back on. Top of the helmet has this little antenna sticking out there. Probably rigid plastic. It might snap if this thing fell off a bookshelf. In fact, this is very loose now. I think I might have to add some poster putty so that thing doesn't get lost. Okay, going to the back, we got some nicely molded thrusters. There's no color inside. So even with the thrusters back here, and what it looks like there. Alright, so yeah, really, you get this, I think that's a logo. It looks like a car logo. I think that's maybe the Xeon logo. Nice ribbing there. This is a really cool design. This is really thick though, this side, this skirt. There's actually two thrusters back under there as well. And then great foot detail here, molded in. There's the peggle for the stand. So it's got these booster tanks, and they have shapes to them. So I don't know if this one, no, maybe goes on this side. It's like a, maybe I'm putting them on upside down. What's weird is the packaging doesn't actually show a rear view of the robot, so you don't really know how to put it together based off the packaging alone. I would have never guessed these tanks would be pointing upwards, but it does seem like that's the way the thing is supposed to go in, right? It's pretty flush, right? I guess that's pretty neat though. Alright, let's put this arm back on. Put this shield thing back on. Move this arm forward a little bit. Get that there. So then we have this hand already molded on to the beam saber, and the hilt is actually a different color from the hand. The hand has like a purplish hue. This is just a gray or maybe bluish hue. And then obviously the beam saber in clear. Very neat. There's three colors right there in that little piece. And then that pegs in here. Very neat. I don't know. Oh, I think that hole up here is meant for this. Yeah, looking at the images I pulled up. But which way does it go? Okay, yeah, very cool. That's really gonna fall out and get lost easily, so I think I'm gonna take some time here. See, nothing already fell out. I'm gonna crazy glue this and come back. Okay, let's bring us some other things here. So, I'm starting to think this either is a secret chase or this is the standard version, because I bought one of these Goufs loose, and you see that it came with a sword. The actual box itself showed the sword. Alright, so just a reminder, see, it's got the sword, but it doesn't have the shield, so I don't know what's going on. This one is a totally different blue, but maybe this is its UV rays. This could have been displayed in a window, but the machine gun is the same, although this was missing the belt feed and the drum. But this doesn't have a sword. That's what's messed up. This one I bought loose, you know, it didn't have the antenna. I didn't know at the time that the thing was even supposed to have one, so I 3D printed an antenna, and then it broke off later on me fumbling around with it. So I think I might actually just do a custom of this. I'll just repaint the whole thing. But, you know, yeah. Please leave a comment if you know about whether there's a secret chase version of this or not, and which one it might be. Okay. Let's see. Zaku-wise, what do I have here? I have this Zaku3 FZ. This is number 221 in the series. This is number 54, as we already discussed earlier, but... So this one's cool too. I added a lot of paint details though, so it looks a little cooler than normal. Yellow and silver everywhere. So no antennae on the top of the thing. Yeah, but spiked shoulder on the same side. And then I have this black TriStars version, which is number 56 in the setup, and I totally detailed this out with cool jewels on the back. Flank this guy. Those two will just leave alone. I've really grown to like these Zaku type of figures. I didn't like them before when I was back a long time ago, you know, building model kits, like the high grade model kits. I built you know, Zegok and stuff like that, but I never got into making the Zakus. But now I've really grown to like these designs. Let's get these guys out of here. In particular, this is awesome. This Zaku3. It's such a cool design. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a very busy design, but for some reason this green combination, maybe it's just a metallic paint, maybe it's just because it's my latest Converge figure. But I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites right now. Okay, well, anyways, thanks for watching today. I might have a different video. Maybe I'll actually just try to metalize some of these broken ones I have. I have a metallic clear coat. It might actually do what these guys are doing, but that'll be a separate video. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next Converge lineup. Bye.